Hi viewers, welcome you once again to Micro Learning. This is Shailaja with class 12 economics, second lesson national income. So today you're going to see 2.5.3. Previously we have seen 2.5.2. It's about income method. Now we are going to see about expenditure method. So in under expenditure method is also called as outlay method. What is income method also called as factor earning method. So expenditure method is also called as outlay method. So what does this expenditure method include? This expenditure method includes all the expenses done by a society in a particular year, as well as it includes all the government expenditure done for various activities is included into the expenditure method. So the second one we are going to see is it includes personal consumption expenditure. Okay, the individuals which they spend for consumption purpose, that is spending by a household on what? On goods and services for a self consumption. That is called as personal consumption expenditure. Net domestic investment. How much of investment that is being done within the country? Domestic is within the country. What is the amount of investment that is being done within the country? Third one tells you government expenditure on consumption as well as capital goods. Consumption, all of us we know what is done for the consumption purpose of the individual. But what are capital goods? Capital goods are nothing but government is spending on buying machinery, for example like buildings, tools, computers, all this the government will be spending. Those are supposed to be capital goods. Machinery, tool, building, computers, everything comes under capital goods. For that government will be spending. Next one is we have to include net exports also into the expenditure method. How much of expenses that is going to be incurred when we send goods from one country to another. This is easily calculated with the help of a formula. So what is the formula? GNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. So all of us know what is C. Previously we have seen consumption. I stands for investment. G stands for government expenditure. X stands for export and M stands for import as such. So what is the formula for expenditure method? GNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Now, when we are calculating expenditure method, there are some precautions that has to be taken. What are the precautions that we are supposed to take? Second-hand goods. The expenditures that is made to buy second-hand goods should not be included in the expenditure method. For example, you are going to buy a two-wheeler which has been sold by another person. Okay, you are going to buy it second-hand. The second-hand goods expenditure should not be included in the expenditure method. Next one, purchase and shares and bonds. Okay, what does this tell you? Expenditure on purchase of old shares and bonds. Again, it is old shares and bonds. Okay, this is sold in the secondary market. This should not be included in the expenditure method as well. So the first one, second-hand goods should not be taken into consideration, and the second point is purchase of shares and bonds. That is expenditure on purchase of old shares and bonds. This also should not be included in the expenditure method. Next is transfer payment. What is transfer payment? Yes, it is not included because it is not connecting with any productive activity. Transfer payment is no way connected with the productive activity, and it is not going to add any value towards it. So transfer payment should not be included. So example for transfer payment is pension scheme, old age pension scheme, health insurance, all these things should not be included in the expenditure method. The next one is expenditure on intermediate goods. What are intermediate goods? Intermediate goods are standing in between the final goods and the primary goods asset. So expenditure on seeds and fertilizers by farmers, cotton and yarn by textile industry are not to be included to avoid in double counting. Okay, so previously we have seen what is double counting. A double counting is nothing but it is to be avoided because it is again coming under value added method. Any commodity which is either a raw material or an intermediate goods order for the final product should not be included in the expenditure method. So intermediate goods should not be taken into consideration while doing the expenditure method calculation. Next one is, just put it into a short note for you. Expenditure method is, we have some precautions. We previously saw the precautions in detail, but just to summarize it, second-hand goods sales should not be included. Purchase of shares and bonds, okay, that is old shares and bonds, should not be included. Transfer payment should not be included because it cannot be included because it is not a productive activity. And the fourth one, expenditure on intermediate goods should not be taken into consideration. Only final goods has to be taken into consideration. This is called as precautions of expenditure method, summarized and given to you in a capsule form. So you have a worksheet. What is the other name of expenditure method? I hope you remember, it is outlay method. What are the expenditures incurred in the society? So what are the expenses that is incurred within a society? We have to list it down. What is the formula for expenditure method? You will be knowing. And just make a comparative study with income method. And then list down the precautions to be taken under expenditure method. Those who are watching the channel for the first time, please subscribe and support me. Click on to the bell button for further notifications. Thank you very much.